Hi everyone and welcome back. My name's Bronte Spicer and today we're going to dive into applying the SOUL method. So the SOUL method is something that I've developed over time because I'm a light worker, I'm an empath, I'm a sensitive soul, and so are you if you're watching this. And gosh, I have really experienced the lowest of lows in my life, and they have been really challenging. They haven't been fun to to experience, and at the same time, it's interesting. I have this really dark and light element to my face, which is interesting because that's who we are. We are a good mix of dark and light. We're a good mix of dark and light experiences and those emotions and those thoughts that we have. It is all about the dark and the light, and it's about accepting that. But back on track. So yeah, as a sensitive soul and an empath, it really has been a journey for me. It's been a journey for me to understand myself and understand where I am in this world and how I relate to others, because not everyone is an empath, not everyone is a sensitive soul, and I know that you can relate to this. So the mainstream yang-based society that we live in, it doesn't support all of these spiritual experiences that we have, and that really deep yearning and that calling that we have in order to bring more peace and love into the world. So it's difficult growing up, right? And we have all of these funny experiences as kids where we're told, oh, she's just talking to her imaginary friends again, or oh, she's a bit strange because she can see spirits, or I'm really concerned about Bronte because she can see God. And who did I have? I had Joseph, Mary and Jesus at my doorway consistently when I was a child. Yeah, and if we have parents that don't understand and don't have the same the same soul gifts as us, then they just don't know what to do with us, and they just they do the best that they can. And in this process, a lot of us have been in this in our lifetime really suppressing our gifts, and now it's great because we are the collective consciousness is raising, and the that new age is really here already, and people are really learning to accept that part of themselves, that empath side, which is awesome. So the Create Your Desires live training is really about manifesting your dreams and really making 2017 your year, which is awesome. And it's really important for me to get the message across to you that you can achieve your dreams. And the mental realm was really something that gets in the way. And so that's why it's really important to do the meditation and those fear-based rituals and the journaling on a daily basis, so we're really clear on what's happening. Now, when we follow our soul, then we're really connecting to the universe. We're connecting to our soul guidance, and that's we have that spiritual connection. And as a light worker, our purpose is to bring more light and love into the world and peace into the world as well. And that goes for us and the people or animals or whoever we want to work with as well. I'm just going to close that a little bit. Hopefully that's a bit better. It's just super bright out there. Oh. Okay. Cool. So yeah, as a light worker, it's our purpose to bring more light and love into the world, and that includes you. So it's often a huge lesson for light workers to bring that love and abundance in for yourselves. It's not all. It doesn't have to be hard work. Remember, you get to choose your own life, and you can choose to enjoy your life, and you can choose that to be a priority. And the great thing about being being in that space of abundance for yourself is then you've got that overflow, and then you can share more money with other people, and you can share more love and more energy with other people. So that's why your vision is super, super important. So yes, I know you have a calling and a yearning to help other people, and within your specific skill set, but you have got to come first. You are the priority, which is it's a relief, isn't it? It's so nice to be able to say, yes, I am first, and I'm going to put myself first, and I get to go on those holidays that I really want to, and I get to send my children to that school that I really want to, and you know, we don't have to be held back by those limitations that our ego loves to create. So the Soul Method is a framework that I've developed over time in just really understanding me, and then it really came into play when I started coaching other women. And so I've been coaching women who are light workers as well, and really helping them to birth their dreams and fulfill their purpose. And it's been so exciting, and it's the work that I love so much. I just love my work. Okay, so the Soul Method, it's comprised of, it's a framework that's comprised of 4 elements, and it's an acronym, so SOUL. So it stands for soul. And the first element is seeing the truth, and I'll share a picture for you as well, so you can have it written down. So seeing the truth is that mental realm. It's really getting clear, and we've been doing a lot of that in the training as well, really getting clear on what fears the ego is creating, and seeing the truth. So not being in that space of illusion of the fear-based energy, and really coming back to what's behind that resistance, what's behind that fear, and coming to that beautiful space of your truth, which is that love and light. So when you see the truth, then you really see you're open to possibilities, and you're open to your true potential, and you're open to that infinite abundance that you can download and channel into your physical life. The O for the Soul Method is open and expansive, and that really goes into the energy shifts that we experience as light workers. So as a sensitive soul, yes, you are deeply affected by other people's energies, and you feel things deeply, emotionally, physically, and you can really relate. You can really relate to a lot of people, and you absorb a lot of other people's energies too. When we have the full moon, you might find that that your energy, you're really affected by the energy, or perhaps you're really affected by watching the news, or if a friend is going through something difficult, you have a really strong ability to be empathetic, and you can really put yourself in their shoes. Actually, it just comes naturally, and it doesn't it's not something that you have to try to do. It just happens. So this is why this open and expansive element to the Soul Method, the reason that comes into play is because that's part of taking your action. So part of the Soul Method is actually the whole purpose of the Soul Method is birthing your soul purpose, and birthing your desires and your dreams into this world, and expressing your absolute truth, your core truth. And after we take action, we get that that space, or that time frame where the mental realm is just going nuts, and the ego is coming up with all of these fears as to why that action was a bad idea. Now, when you come into open and expansive, that's the space where you're in an energy shift. So after you take action, what's happened is your soul has raised to a higher level. It's elevated and ascended. So if you can think of, some souls have a lower energy than others, and it's not to say that some people are worse than others. Our ego loves to come in there and say, Oh, well, I'm better than that person because they're actually just a lower energy. So, but the fact is that yes, there are some souls that have a lower energy about them in this lifetime, and those people who have been around for a lot longer and had many more lifetimes. So then they're an old soul. Their energy has ascended. So every time you go through a lesson in this lifetime, then your energy ascends. Now, when you take action, so you've taken action, you go through that mental process of, the ego is really amping up, trying to keep you small, trying to draw you back into shrinking. But your soul has already taken the action, and your soul has already ascended as soon as you've taken that action. And so let's use the posting a video or a live video on Facebook. So the action is that you've posted this video and you've shared your vulnerability and you've really put yourself out there to other people's judgment. In your head, you're waiting for either approval or rejection, and it can be a really frightening place. And so when you're in seeing the truth, you can really get clear on the ego's what the ego is forming to try and keep you small. When you move to open and expansive, the second element to the soul method, then you are in that space of an energy shift. So the energy shift is where your soul has ascended, but your whole being needs time and space to catch up. So your energy shift is it's that period of time where you are feeling unsure, you're feeling uncertain, you're feeling you're feeling as though you're not so grounded. You're feeling like you're a little bit disconnected. You're feeling as though you're not really sure what's happening, and you might actually just feel like you just want everything to stop. You want your whole spiritual journey to stop. It's just too much and it's overwhelming. And within your energy shift, yes, the ego can have a field day again. The ego can really utilize this experience as ammunition to try and pull you back down into that small box that it would like you to stay in. So when and this is what I love. This is how it's what I love to do, and I feel really I feel really happy that I can help people in these energy shifts. So, and I feel like it's not information that's out there enough, because these energy shifts, people don't really talk about them. And the energy shift is a very important part to be able to navigate as a human being, because if you can't navigate and manage that energy shift, then you will then go back into your fear space. So when you're in the space of an energy shift, what's super important is that you come back to your truth. You come back to the love and the light that you are. And if you're not sure how to navigate your way through this energy shift, then you may actually feel depressed. You may feel lonely. You may feel isolated, like no one understands you, because let's be honest, this energy shift, you can't just walk around and talk about with everyone, because not everyone gets it. No, not everyone understands it. So the energy shift it's really about becoming, it's really accepting this space of the unknown. And yes, fears definitely arise during that. And when we learn how to navigate our way through an energy shift, then this is really a time for you to come back to your truth, which is love. So it's really embracing the light and dark of the situation, embracing the light and dark nature of being human, and really loving on yourself. So whether it's so during an energy shift, it's really important to to, you know, light a candle, to have a bath, to cancel some appointments so you don't have as many things on that day, to give yourself some time to retreat and rejuvenate and replenish and reflect. And it's really an opportunity for you to show the utmost self-love to yourself. It's the most important time for you to love on yourself during an energy shift. Now, when you are out of the energy shift, then you can come back to So when you come out of an energy shift, what's happened? What gets you out of the shift and that space of the unknown and feeling as if you're on a tightrope with nothing to hold on to. Then so you getting out of that is when your body, mind, and soul are in alignment. So when you're in an energy shift, what's happened is your soul has ascended, and the rest of your being needs that time and space to catch up. So that's an energy shift. So and that's what I mean by you're out of alignment. When your soul has ascended, you've taken the action from your soul, you've taken guided action, and your soul is up here, and you need time for the rest of your whole being to catch up to your soul. When you're back in alignment, when your body, mind, and soul are reconnected, then, and this is also why it's really important to help your alignment, help your reconnection, you know, by doing yoga. Gina's class was just super powerful in helping us to ground and step back into that power that we know that we have, and continuing on our beautiful soul journey. Now, the third part of the soul method is united consciousness. So when you're in alignment, then you can then come back to the spiritual truth that you are united with this incredible collective consciousness. And this is when you have these incredible gifts to be able to connect to your main guide, your guardian angel, your ancestors, the guardians of the light, the archangels, animal totems. There's so much to play with spiritually, and I know some of you really have a great time during meditation, and I know a lot of you would like to explore more, which is awesome. And when you come back to that place of spiritual connection, then that's a beautiful place where you can ask for what you want, and you can receive what you want as well. And so, yeah, it's communicating with spirit, it's communicating with God, it's communicating with the universe. And so you might like to speak to the universe by praying or setting an intention, or you might like to listen to your guidance, and that might be through meditation or through guidance cards, or lots of other ways. And you may also be using different spiritual abilities, which we'll go into on another video. So the great thing about reconnecting to your truth and reconnecting to this being united with this consciousness, then you can come back to your purpose, and then you can come back to your contract, and really begin again to birth what you're here for, to express what you're here for, to serve in a way that you're here for, to share all of those beautiful divine gifts that you've been given to share on this earth. So if you can think of I'll just finish off there. So the final element, which I spoke about just before, the final element to the soul method is L for leap of faith. So the leap of faith is taking that guided action. So when you're in the united consciousness stage, then you're connecting, you're receiving the guidance, and then when you actually take that leap of faith, then you're taking that guided action. You are birthing that desire. You're sharing your gifts, and yeah, you're moving forward. Cool. So if you can think of the soul method, so if you can think of this is birth and this is death, and the soul method, when you're working as a light worker, it kind of goes like this, round and round and round and round and round. And this is why it's a journey. You know, it's a linear journey from birth to death. And as you begin to take action, so this is what it looks like. You take action, your ego comes in, tries to stop you. You're in an energy shift because your soul has catapulted and ascended, and you need time to catch up. And then you reconnect to spirit, and then you get more guidance. Then you take more guidance. Same thing happens again. You know, you take more guidance, you're back in your mental realm, the fears are really amping up, telling you all of the reasons why that was a really bad idea. Then you're in that energy shift, okay? So your soul is already catapulted forward and ascended higher, and so you're in that space of the unknown. Then you align back again, back into your spiritual connection. Then you're in that space to receive the guidance again, okay? Then you take action again. So if you can see, it just goes on and on and on. So every time you follow your guidance and you take the action, you're going to go through those spaces of challenge mentally and energetically. Then you're going to reconnect to spirit, take action, and the same thing's going to happen again. So, and energetically, what happens is your energy is raising and raising and raising every time you take action that is guided, and every time that you act from your soul, and every time that you are in alignment with your truth, and every time you are sharing more love and light onto this world for you and others. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, and I hope you've really enjoyed that. And I'd like to hear from you if you can relate, or if you have any questions about it, and we'll go from there. Okay, thanks. Have a great day.